Citizens of the Reject Nation, we are back to continue Black Mirror Season 6, Episode 2, Loch Henry. Greg, how are you feeling, sir?
I'm doing great, Joan. I see there's a Scottish town in here.
That's right. We're going to do this for the entire video, so leave a like for bad Scottish accents. And also, while you're at it, subscribe.
That was good.
Hit that notification. Yours was good. Yours is the best. And you know what else is the best is when you guys check out that Batverse t-shirt over in the shopzeroedition.com store. It is the crown jewel of the t-shirts that you have designed, I would say, sir. And also, what's awesome is when you guys come over to the patreon.com/therealreject, sync up with your own copy of Black Mirror, and enjoy the full experience, everything that doesn't make the highlight reel. Sync up with your own copy. It's a lot of fun over there. Got a bunch of other shows and movies we cover as well. And without further ado, let's jump into the loch.
Get in my belly.
I was worried. It's almost 6.
I took a detour after Lust to show Pia the pretty way.
I slept through it.
An American?
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Janet, pretty wee thing you've captured.
Mum.
Whoa. Whoa, that's racist.
Did you grow up in America, or are you originally from...
Jesus, Mum.
U.S. born and bred.
You are prying, Mom, with these general getting to know you questions.
We'll probably set off Monday morning.
You're only staying 2 nights.
We got to head on to Rum to shoot my film. Our film.
Oh, here we go.
So that's what your documentary's about, this egg collector from Rum.
He's not a collector. He guards rare eggs against collectors who want to steal them. It's a big trade.
That sounds awesome.
This is going to be a story about one of the last remaining holdouts against the commodification of nature.
Wow.
Not about a man who watches eggs.
Also that.
Does that thing work?
Nice.
No tape. Boo.
What were you going to film with it?
Watch.
I didn't know we were watching The Idol.
Good to go.
What's Bergerac?
Bergerac, old detective show.
Your folks were seriously into it.
They love cops.
Mum had a crush on John Nettles. She used to say I had a nice bum.
I do not want to think about your mom getting over some dude's butt.
Well, he did have a nice one.
Yes, he did.
I told you never to show your face in here again.
Hello, Stuart.
How you doing, you wanker? You gonna tell me your pronouns?
Oh, God.
She was on my film course as well.
Oh, he thinks they're going to name it after him someday.
Well, I thought they were going to name it after me, so.
Yes, well, that would be the smart move, eh? What with diversity and all that.
Oh, jeez. Killing it, my man.
You're still in business?
I keep telling Dad, if things don't pick up, we'll just have to bite the bullet and jack it.
Hey!
John Hannah.
Is he depressed or?
Of course he's depressed. There used to be 3 pubs round here, and now we're the last man standing. It's a proper dead zone.
Because of woke culture?
That's right. It's because of pronouns.
Ian Adair was a guy. He lived up at 5 Acres Farm on the hill there with his mum and dad. People said he was quiet, easily led, not too bright, all of that, you know. But really, he was just some local guy.
Turned out he tortured and killed people.
Well.
I haven't got your storytelling instincts. You tell it. No, not the end bit with your dad.
What end bit with your dad?
Can I just start from the beginning?
Oh.
There used to be loads
good.
of holidaymakers here. Then in 1997, this couple in their 20s hired a cottage for their honeymoon.
Back home, we still had tourists.
Like how this feels like a dramatic reenactment.
Unsolved mysteries.
They were here for about a week. Loads of people saw them. The cleaner comes to get their cottage ready for the next booking. The car's parked outside, and all this stuff's still there.
No.
After a day or two, it becomes a big story. Tabloids pick it up. The place is swarming with journalists. It's a frenzy.
Is this the small town Scottish murder from the last episode?
Ian Adair's drinking in here. He's had way more than usual. He's making a nuisance of himself.
Uh-huh.
There's a poster of the missing couple on the wall. He even makes comments about the girl. And your dad?
Yeah, the old pissed. He tells Ian he's barred. Says he's got half a mind to come back and shoot the place up.
Yipe.
Or he's got a shotgun. Dad asks Kenneth, go and check in on Ian, have a word with him.
So then Dad...
That's his dad, Kenneth.
Yeah, of course it's my dad. Knocks on the door. Ian doesn't answer. Dad's walking back to his car when Ian opens the upstairs window and...
Whoa.
He shot your dad?
Yeah, not fatally, in the shoulder. Bad, though.
Holy shit.
I was wondering about that, yeah. I was like,
Yeah,
what
I
did he
was
get
like,
sick
did he
from?
lie about the illness thing? Yeah.
Back it went from inside the house.
Ooh.
Ian Adair shot his mum and dad.
Total wipeout. Farmicide.
Farmicide.
Now that should be your documentary.
And inside it's like a torture room.
Ew. Oh, no.
Had been abducting people, keeping them down there and doing God knows what to them for weeks at a time.
With mom and dad right upstairs?
The honeymoon couple?
Me and the rest of them.
The rest?
Pale horses.
How many are we talking about?
8, all been tortured.
And the rest of it. Dark sex things, really extreme stuff.
Yeah,
It'd give
okay,
you
okay.
nightmares.
Whoa.
But your dad, he...
His injuries weren't that bad. He was in hospital for a couple of weeks.
Right.
But while he was in there, he got MRSA.
Whoa.
And that killed him over time.
Oh, so he did die for a minute.
Can we go see where it happened?
I wonder where the technology element comes.
Where's that old camcorder? We can do something with that.
Can we get in there?
No. So why would you want to get in there?
Because this is what our film should be about.
Exactly.
Yeah. Bring the tourists back.
We can pitch to production companies who will fund it. I had a meeting with Kate Cesar at Historic. I think she might go for this.
People already know the story.
I didn't.
I mean, it's not whodunit. There's no mystery.
That doesn't matter, dude.
The mystery is, how could someone do that shit? And the details are so awful, it is irresistible.
Sounds tacky.
No. We won't let it be.
You're being insensitive to your boyfriend's background.
You just got here.
If you don't want to make it, I will.
Ian Adair shot my dad. He died, Pia.
Now you want to glorify him.
He dredged up so much shit for Mum. She lost her husband.
Okay, and we can make that point. Her point.
That would sell even more.
Really open up the trauma with the whole family.
This is my mum's curiosity box. I'd call it a morbidly obsessive collection.
Man, he looks creepy.
Whoa.
It's 4 days since Dawn and Simon Chalice were last seen alive in the tourist hotspot of Loch Henry. The holiday cottage they'd rented left eerily abandoned.
This feels so real.
Yeah.
This was real?
The local area.
That's
There's
done.
still no sign of the missing couple.
It all seems quite odd.
And that's Stuart's dad.
Everybody's worried.
Objectified much?
Everybody's just
Jeez.
hoping they'll be...
Oh.
Especially because she's hot. I hope she's okay.
Guy she was with, who cares? I love that we're watching a montage about editing.
Yeah, that's the horror.
Yeah.
Obsession of editing.
Someone spent so much time combing coverage to make this montage.
Can we just go back to the part where you...
Was that?
He's getting attention.
Worst thing that fucking happened, and you're pulling it all up, and for what? For what? You want a fucking award? A pat on the back?
I'll wait outside till the ambulance
Yeah,
comes.
off you go. I can handle this prick. Eh?
This season feels so meta.
Yeah.
The dangers of making a true crime documentary from Netflix.
From Streamberry.
I can see you're very busy. That's Stuart. Richard's boy.
She's had no idea this whole time.
Yeesh.
We're doing a documentary about what happened.
You'll explain what he did to your father.
Only if you want us to.
Oh, I want you to. People should know.
Retribution.
Yeah.
If Ian Adair was still alive, I'd wring his neck myself. With these hands, I would.
Get the camera out.
Save this energy.
If there's anything you want me to help with, just ask.
Oh.
Yeah?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. What an interesting juxtaposition between the other dad and her.
Yeah.
Been years since I was in front of any kind of camera at all. Last time would have been that old one your dad had. But your dad never had all this stuff.
He wasn't a professional.
Ian Adair, I mean, I'd heard of him, but he's not as well known as a Ted Bundy or a Fred West. If we take this anywhere,
Oh.
from network, whatever, it's going to ask is, what's the hook?
Callow years on Streamberry too.
His dad was one of the victims.
He was a policeman. He was shot at the farm.
So he was murdered?
He died later.
Of his injuries? Or...
Come on. Make it sound like it.
Can you get hold of any new material? Police interviews, diaries, that kind of thing?
What about the house itself? The dungeon? It's still there.
Can you have access to that?
Yes.
Oh.
So are all the episodes this season from Streamberry? Is that kind of like
I guess maybe. I mean, like
even more meta?
it also encompassed previous episodes, so maybe they're just all.
Yeah.
I'll get a light up. Is that your stage blood mix?
That is still in the bag. This is lemon juice.
What's that for?
Shows up under blacklight, like piss and... You just drip a wee bit down here.
No.
You know, like a day of jizzed while slitting someone's throat.
That's a lot of lemon juice.
Not all lemon juice?
No, it can't be.
There's a way to incorporate the Eggman in this documentary, though.
that you can sell to the
That's
top of the.
the hook.
Yeah.
Have you never been in a death dungeon before? No, I find it quite relaxing. And that'd be a tourist draw in itself, actually.
Exactly. People would go.
Make it an Airbnb.
In the dungeon.
He'll tie your hands behind your back.
Slow down.
No.
Slow down.
And glue sultanas to your...
Look at the road.
It's a kind of weird sex thing he probably did.
Tanner to someone's is not a plausible king.
Oh no. Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Killing it.
You're likely still concussed, so we have to keep you in for observation. Be on the safe side.
She knows her stuff. Look at her. She's a doctor.
Woke.
Stuart.
You're the lucky one, no? No wanking for me for a month. At least you can draw that curtain round and tug yourself into a coma, eh?
Yeah, I guess so.
You rest up. I know.
I like how he's the only one who's really
Yeah. It's gotten the worst of this whole experience.
You need to eat, dear. Honestly, it's no fuss.
Thank you.
What's about to happen? Do you have a prediction?
I feel like it'll have something to do with telling the main guy's dad's story, but then the other guy's dad is going to be something like horrible they don't want to get out or something like that. Like maybe he was involved or something, or...
Mr. Kane?
I really haven't a clue where any of this is going.
Nope.
You have to stop your film.
Why?
Who's the mom, really?
Is she the girl? No, that wouldn't make any sense.
Mom's the killer?
I think I've always known.
Known what?
Is she gonna poison her?
Maybe.
Maybe the mom recorded stuff herself on these cameras?
Sure. Yeah, yeah, a bit. Oh no.
This is so scary. What is happening?
Yeah. Oh.
She was involved.
No.
Oh, I just got like severe nipple chills. Oh, this is so bad.
Oh no. Of course she wanted to tell the story.
As you can see, our guests are...
He was involved too.
Wow.
They both were.
Whoa.
Because the mistress is going to have fun with the both of you.
She said it's been a while since I've been in front of a camera. Oh.
Wow.
Knew there had to be
the dad was just trying to protect. It sounds like he still did kill her, though.
Wow. Wow.
Shepherd's pie. It's ready. I'll plate up.
Climb out a window.
You can't drive back at this hour. mask. That's right. I saw the mask on the wall earlier. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Ken gave me that. We had such fun together.
Seems like that man got so disturbed that he probably eventually was like, I just got to kill.
Yeah. We just need any way out.
Into the bathroom.
No signal. I wouldn't try to call. I wouldn't try to call. Just act like everything's normal.
Little walk, clear my head.
Are you sure everything's all right?
I'm fine, really. I won't be a minute.
No. No, 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 no.
God!
Damn it. Say, better go back upstairs than outside.
Maybe the crash gave you a shock. You'll catch cold out here.
I'm fine.
You should get in.
No!
Get in the car.
Whoa.
Oh, man, I would have gone upstairs. You seem like you were fine just hiding there.
I won't hurt you!
God, you need that evidence, though. Like,
Oh, this is so dangerous. Oh, this is so bad.
it's just like they said at the beginning. Take a wrong turn, get swept off down a river.
Oh, she doesn't even have the tape on her. Damn it. This is so frustrating.
'Cause, yeah, now she can wipe everything. Mementos. No. No. Yeah, that's more than 8.
I think she's confessing.
Oh.
Yeah, she's ending it.
Wow. Aww.
Oh, man, your film's going to be so big.
It's gotta be huge. There's your piano cue. Yes.
Yeah. Good catch at the beginning, dude.
The tourist hotspot of Loch Henry.
Since I was in front of any kind of camera at all.
You can come in there, Janet!
Oh, this is clever.
Wow.
Local officer Kenneth McCardle and his wife, Janet.
McCardle shot the Adair's dead,
Mind-blowing.
deliberately wounding himself to cover up his role in the slaughter.
Sure.
Wow.
Herself
After leaving recordings of the murders where her son would find them.
What a gift.
Sweet.
Oh, jeez.
But your dad never had all this stuff.
He wasn't filming for broadcast. Oh.
No, he wasn't.
Can you imagine?
Oh, Christ. Truth will out.
And so, to honour this year's documentaries, please welcome Kirsty Ward.
The 4K screens.
Yep.
Loch Henry, truth will out.
That thriving
Inside
tourist trade.
Project Junipero.
Project Junipero.
And the BAFTA goes to Loch Henry.
Oh, this is the Black Mirror I know.
Yep.
Get them awards.
Oh, poor guy. How awful.
I am not worthy such an incredible piece of work.
Thank you. Kate Cesar, historic.
Ugh.
Shun him out.
It's a red carpet for you, eh? We've been booked up for weeks, pal. Listen how packed it is.
Oh, the masks. Ugh.
Wow.
Cursed thing. Wowie.
This is what happens when you want to become a filmmaker.
You'll do anything for the story.
Terrible things all around.
Wowie. That was a thick boy.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
That was awesome. That was the Black Mirror I sort of missed.
Yeah.
It wasn't like super technologically heavy. But there's still a commentary about our obsession with true crime and uncovering the secrets. It was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. Especially with like Netflix. It was so. This is the most like Netflix aware season.
Yeah.
So far, 2 episodes in is like. It's like literally Netflix is holding a Black Mirror to itself.
Yeah.
It's really interesting what they're doing here.
Seriously.
To be tethered by the Streamberry element, and now I'm like, are all these gonna be from Streamberry? Because that's neat.
It is, and also Streamberry is different from Netflix in this universe, which adds a layer of strangeness.
Exactly.
But they
It's
name
got the
checked
Tudum.
But it's the same. But they name check Netflix in this episode, which just further like it is. But it's also like calling attention to its artifice. It's so strange. And I mean,
I get what you're saying. Stewart name checked it.
Yeah. And two, I mean, yeah, this is one of those things where I'm like, geez, I mean, how many of your producers on some of your own true crime shows have said things like these and put people in Davis McCardle's position? I mean, not that I guess, you have quite an extreme set of circumstances, but still, yeah, I mean, this definitely had that, like, gut twisting sort of punch that I associate with Black Mirror. Like, I like the first episode, and it certainly had that like edge to it, but it is like a bouncier, happier sort of resolve. Whereas this, is like the spiral opens up and then it just goes steadily down into the abyss from there.
It was like a wound this Davis guy did not want to open, and then sure enough, as he climbed further down into that hole. And like I love the tragic irony at the end of everything happened that you would expect to happen. The tourists came in, the glorification of the masks as well. People wanted to experience the true crime stuff and like maybe go to the house and all that. This documentary becoming huge, but at what costs? Yeah.
Your entire soul and what's left of your whole life. Like,
yeah, it's great.
He was 8 when this all happened, so it's like his whole life has now been outed and turned inside out.
And then to pose that question of what's the hook, I think because it's Black Mirror, you trust that there's something that's going to happen, right? Like there's some other thing that's good. Because I was enjoying, I was really, really enjoying it from beginning to end. I thought the acting was like supreme acting here from everyone, and the amount of great misleads that they did with the father and the mother. I'm not talking about Kenny. I'm talking about the guy from The Mummy and The Last of Us opening. You know his name. You name checked him the second he showed up, John.
John.
Like
sorry, John Hannah. Yeah. Sorry,
John Hannah.
He's only in that like one prologue, so I was like, wait, Last of Us. Yeah. Okay, Mummy. Yeah. I thought you were
so hung up on The Last of Us, The Mummy.
All I could see in my mind
is from The Mummy.
Well, that was the thing, is all I could see in my mind's eye was the main guy, and I was like, no, wait, I don't know his name. But then then I was like, oh, the one guy in this episode I recognized. It took me a second to get back to it.
Whatever. So with John Hannah and the mom, because the flipperoo there where you're like, John Hannah is involved in it in some way.
Yeah.
And the mom is a victim in this. And then they have like fascinating choices that happen where the mom decides to be on camera and her motive seems to expose to get retribution for what happened to the dad.
Yeah. And it makes sense why she would feel that way.
Yeah, it's really, really smart. It's really clever because what they did give us was a story about, like, it did it on so many levels, about like a story about making a true crime documentary, some of the artifice into making a true crime documentary, the depths you will go to, and is this worth making, especially with, a day and age where we love true crime. Like we love it so much, and we love dramatizations of true crime serial killers. Like Netflix just had Dahmer, which was an massive show. And
followed by tons of conversations about how it portrays the lives of the victims and all sorts of stuff.
And I love a lot of like Netflix's true crime series. I think they're very engaging, needless to say. But there is always that icky part of me that's going. I mean, a lot of times you can feel in a true crime documentary like the purpose of telling. I mean, a lot of times it's just like fun to watch. Yeah, as a viewer, a lot of times I'm just like, this is just fun.
It's a geek show. Yeah, you want to see the dirty details and the horrific, things that you couldn't believe otherwise.
Yeah, I thought that the way they handled, like, as they did so much in here as a commentary, but they kept it very character driven from beginning to end in a way that was filled with surprises, and you just kept feeling like there's something else coming, but I don't know what. But just the journey of making the film, like they made one of those it was one of those episodes or like one of those movies where it's just like the fun of making a film at the same time. Like there was that sense of wonder to putting together this documentary that could be pivotal. So I thought that was exciting, and they sold it so much to the point where I was like, this footage looks so real. Like, is this based on a true story that we don't know about? I really had to question it. So on a technical side too, I thought they just really did an excellent job. But yeah, and even like the choice with the mom coming around at the end, I thought was uniquely done. Because I loved her performance, because as psychotic of a woman as she is, she also has so much love in her.
Yes, she absolutely loves her son and her family.
Mourns the dad.
Yeah.
And looked upon those Polaroids with nostalgia. And like, oh, the good old days. I miss those times. And almost as if when she died, it was like, I'll be reunited.
There's nothing left for me here. There's nothing of my old life.
Yeah.
Let me descend to hell and be with my baby and torture forever.
It's like she died when he died.
Yeah.
Like blames. It's a mind bender of it. And but yeah, like it's cool. Yeah, I'm just so more used to Black Mirror being like more of a crazy technological thingamajig.
Yeah.
And it's not really about that, but it is a commentary on our association with media.
Yeah.
Just the technology part of it,
I've only really seen one kind of qualifying quote in regards to this season from Charlie Brooker, and he did kind of express a wish to expand, or just kind of, instead of coming up with like, what does a Black Mirror episode need to have, just kind of redefining what that is. And I think here there is a roundabout technological quality in the sense of like, yes, you have the old camcorder and stuff rooting you to a time and place, and you have a drone and whatever, but you also have physical media lasting as an archive in a time where there's so much newfound debate about media that doesn't become physical at all, and that can be kind of hyper controlled due to digitization and stuff like that. And so even though that's not the point, it seems like the main thing it's trying to address is still like a societal phenomenon heavily tied to technology. So it is much more roundabout, but I do think of all the topics for Black Mirror to take on, if it's gonna drift from tech specifically, I think this does make a lot of sense, because there's so much true crime that centers around that idea of like, oh, it was the happy, all appearances, very, kind of above board couple, just sort of your quaint little couple that had this really grim, dark secret. And so I like the way it juxtaposed, starting it out with this Ian Adair figure, and the more you hear about him, you're just like, oh yeah, of course this guy is deranged and capable of all this stuff. And yeah, like there's something about the ethics of making these true crime documentaries is obviously on display in this episode, and there are times where I would imagine that these endeavors have gotten it wrong and perhaps incriminated the wrong people, or bolstered the stories of people who were secretly involved and managed to conceal that or whatever. So yeah, I thought this spun an interesting picture, because it is partly about them being exploitative, but also like them being exploitative and pursuing this project does ultimately uncover this greater truth. And then that kind of took me out of the time and place and more toward the now moment, where like this guy is a cop and she is, like a well-meaning lady who lives in the country. These are the kinds of people that you just assume are going to be well-adjusted, or you would assume would never be involved in something like that. And I think now especially, we're finding that, a lot of the people on the higher rungs of the societal ladder and who do appear very, just sort of, again, above board, quaint, and etc., might be actually pretty depraved underneath.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah.
So many influencers.
Sure.
That's where it all comes back to.
So many torture dungeons.
But yeah, the acting was great too. I can't get the acting. Like, the acting really sold me. It felt like I was watching a Scottish film.
Yeah. Everybody was really just like so natural and like great at listening, and too, like, even though we were sitting there yelling, like, go upstairs or just like play it chill, like every little turn felt, I could feel the authenticity of each choice, even if I didn't always like agree with the action or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. I think it's easy to be here and be logical, but when you're stranded you're so isolated, and you're trapped in this person's home, and the roads are dangerous, and even though there was dialogue about that, they demonstrated that with the car crash.
What finally makes it real, yeah.
So they do establish it's dangerous to be on the road, and I was like, I don't blame her for not thinking straight.
Yeah.
Of course I'd be like, yeah, grab the tape, get out of there, hide, wait till morning, or just play it cool,
Yeah.
But you also don't know, like, maybe she's trapping me here and she's going to kill me tonight,
Yeah, when you said the thing about the poison, I was like, I don't know, maybe. I could see it happening, and that's great because then they play on you, and I love the way that the mom character ultimately kind of realize, like, she so isn't on that wavelength of Pia knows anything at all, that it really takes until they're out in the middle of the road. Like, it does seem like she really is just concerned until Pia like freaks and runs off, and then she's like, oh, yes, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do about this.
Well, she said that she wouldn't hurt her, and I actually kind of believed her.
Yeah. Yeah, like, it's so, and it begs this, fascinating sympathy for a character who has done these horrifically despicable things.
Gotta be careful about the words here, but there was that interesting moment where there was a activity in the bedroom that you could hear, that you cut to, and you see the mom's reaction to it. And there's parts of this that remind me of, like, X.
Sure.
Like, she's like Pearl in that movie.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Like, even hearing her son, and you think it's like disproving of this kind of behavior.
Yeah, when really
it's like,
missing the old days. Yeah, I want that again.
Yeah, it's an interesting flip.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and too, it plays on that small town thing of like, oh, well, I guess, yeah, sure, it's possible. You're isolated, there's not a heck of a lot to do already. Like, sure, you'll get into some kind of weird love club or something like that. I don't know. Yeah.
That's disgusting. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was really well done.
Really icky and effective.
Yeah, I love that one. That was a great one.
Yeah.
That was great.
Agreed. Poor Eggman. Never going to have his story told.
I feel like that episode tops, like, the last 4.
Probably. Yeah. I think this is definitely one of... It's like, in some ways, the first episode appears like it's like, that's a Black Mirror, but this felt like, as much as this isn't so much about like modern tech, this felt like the feeling of Black Mirror.
I don't know. I like these kind of... I mean, we watched a movie here called I See You. I just watched Missing. I love these kind of, like, twists and mysteries and all that, and that are character driven at the same time. Yeah. I really love these kind of genres, these styles. I think they're really great.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, that's it for Black Mirror episode 2. It's good to have, like, this brought back the feeling of it's good to have Black Mirror back.
Yeah.
That brought it back for me. Leave your thoughts down below. And this is one without any famous people other than Jonathan Moscow. What's his name? John Hannah.
John Hannah, yeah. The woman who played the mom, I think, is in a lot of like high caliber dramatic work and stuff like that. Like, I know I've seen her. I can't conjure her name to mind, but
Not that famous.
I feel like she was like just nominated for something, but yeah, I mean, not as famous as John Hannah
Or Salma Hayek.
and yeah,
Or
certainly,
Michael Cera.
certainly not. Or
Kate Blanchett.
sure,
Or Jesse Pinkman.
Jesse. Aaron Paul. I'm just gonna credit him as Jesse Pinkman.
Alrighty, guys. Well, thanks for being here. Let's end this with a Tyler Haig. We all know that we can't be fooled by your pleasantries. You're full of shit, Tyler
On to you,
Haig.
Tyler.
You come across like, oh yeah, I'm just a soft-spoken guy who keeps to
guy.
myself and stays on my 12
Kind-hearted.
monitors at a time.
Gentle giant.
But you know what's going on those monitors? You're keeping tabs on your caged victims.
That's
I know
right.
exactly what you're doing in that moment in time.
Torture Haig.
You're just going there and you're eating their body parts, you sick son of a
You
bee.
gross man, and then wearing their skin as hats.
But part of me is hoping that that is what allows you to be, remaining pledged, is that you're taking their money and shuffling it to your bank account. So as long as you just keep those activities you're doing
That's
in
acceptable.
Wisconsin, got no issues. Just don't bring it to California. We got
Yeah,
enough of
we
them
got
over
enough
here.
problems.
But if you just keep it in Wisconsin, your neck of the woods, it's much easier to get away with it out there. No one cares.
Oh,
It keeps things
yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
So thank you, Tyler, for not murdering anyone in California. I hope that you never get caught. But if our Patreon gets shut down, no refunds.
No refunds.
To anyone that you've captured.
And if you do get caught, we get to react to your story first, your footage and all that stuff, all
Oh
the
my
evidence.
God.
We get to leak it and get all those tasty views.
And then you know who could play you in a dramatized movie? You know who could play Tyler Haig?
Let's hear it. Who's you casting? Who's your fan cast?
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill.
Gonna win that Oscar finally.
Definitely. All he's got to do is go, to the real depths of despair and depravity.
Everyone needs their 1 hour photo movie.
That's
That's gonna be Jonah Hill.
Everyone needs their deranged killer movie.
Thanks, Tyler.